So glad you tuned in. Let the movie talk begin.
Last night, actually, I watched the Housemaid, the Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried
How was that?
one that came out in December. It was pretty good. You know, it's you know what you're sort of in for, but
Wait, what's
it
it
has some
called?
kind of interesting.
The
Uh,
Housemaid.
the Housemaid.
Oh, the one with Sydney Sweeney?
And
Yeah, and Amanda
yeah,
Seyfried.
yeah.
It, that's
It
that's
was out. It was out in December. It was like kind of like the old like Sleeping with the Enemy, sort of that kind of genre. It was really kind of interesting. There's an interesting twist in it that
So that's a thriller.
maybe didn't see coming. Yeah. Sort of a thriller. It's Sydney Sweeney, so you kind of know what you're up
that's
for
directed
too.
by
But I like her.
yeah, she's a good
It's Paul
actress.
Feig.
Paul Feig, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Who,
He
who I
directed
like.
the one you
So
liked, Xander, with the two women, Anna Kendrick.
Oh yeah, what was that movie called? But I like Paul Feig's movies kind of in general. Like he let me see if I can find what you're talking
He
about,
also
Jeff.
directed Bridesmaids, and he also directed the remake, the woman's version of Ghostbusters. The power of penny compels you. And
Are
he
you talking
directed
about Simple Favor?
a Simple Favor? Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think
the women's
second one
version of
those.
Ghostbusters was not good.
Okay, so I don't know if it was a race thing or a lady thing, but I'm mad as hell.
I didn't see that, but he directed a bunch of episodes of Arrested Development, Modern Family. He directs a lot of those kind of sitcoms.
Yeah, he does a lot. He does a lot of comedy, so it's good to see him doing a thriller. You know, like because he also did the sequel, Another Simple Favor.
Did you see it?
I have not seen it, but
Anna Kendrick,
I
and
love
who's
the
the other
Simple
girl in
Favor.
it?
Let me see here. Um, I just had it.
I'm not even
Uh,
positive it's Anna Kendrick, but I think it is.
it is. It's Anna
It was all right.
Kendrick, and let me see. It's got a whole bunch of people. Blake Lively.
Oh, well,
hmm.
we've talked about it before. I probably wouldn't like Blake Lively as a person, but every time I've seen her in a movie, she's been great. Um, so I
Yeah,
remember,
she's a good actress. I
yeah,
mean,
she is.
yeah, she's a good actress.
Scott, were you saying you like Sydney Sweeney?
She gets shit on a lot, which is interesting. But she picks some really interesting roles. You guys talked about. Jeff. I don't think you've seen it. Xander, you have it. Euphoria. She's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, she's really good.
I feel
And
like I could watch that. I want to try watching. That's got a
it,
new season coming on.
yeah,
Yeah,
and Euphoria. The thing with Euphoria that I found was like when you first get into it, it's an eye roll. It's like this is like this, Gen Z depressed bullshit sort of a thing, but you kind of get through that, get onto it, and it definitely by like the second, third episode, it's really, really interesting and compelling. And by the end of the second season, like everybody's taken some really wild turns, and nobody's kind of who they are,
yeah. It
and
has some shock. It has some
it's
shocking moments too, and it
I
also
feel like
has
I
that
would like
actor.
that.
It has that actor you liked. You liked Jeff Jacob Elordi.
yeah.
Oh,
He
he's in
plays
that?
an
Well,
evil,
I'm just
absolutely
learning how much
evil
I like
person.
Jacob
Yeah,
Elordi because I
Yeah,
like him.
yeah.
I
He's a
love
villain. He's a villain on that show.
Oh
he's
God,
always
he's
on it.
brutal.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah. He's
Yeah,
he's our main cast member. Yeah.
Well, I
yeah,
like that kid.
yeah,
I love Frankenstein. I loved it, and I thought
yeah.
he was one of the reasons I loved it. But I've only seen Sydney Sweeney in one movie, which I absolutely love, which was Immaculate. And as I said before, I heard that she had the rights to get that movie made and had to struggle to get it made for a long time. Um, but I love it. It's a horror movie. She's good in it, but it actually could have been any girl, really. But she's a nun in it, so it's not a sexy character. But she's certainly adorable. But I loved Immaculate, so I have nothing to say against Sydney Sweeney. I like her fine. I should see
Yeah,
more movies.
she's always in. I mean, I think for a while they're trying to like force her into that hot girl role. So she's been in a couple of those like romantic comedy sort of things. But she did. She was in White Lotus season one.
Yeah.
And she did another movie called like shit. I'm not going to pull the name of it, but it was really interesting. It was and she played with no makeup or anything else.
Where
And
she's a boxer?
no,
Or a
not
wrestler?
Christy. That's the more recent one. But she played one maybe it's called Reality. But it was something where, like, the FBI, it was a true story, and the FBI came to interview her because her character had leaked like sensitive info, and all of the dialogue in it is the actual dialogue from the FBI interview tapes.
Yeah, it is
But they
called
just sort of
it is called Reality. You're right.
yeah, it was a
Never heard
reality
of it.
winner. I think the real person is like reality winner or something like that. But and it's a pretty quick movie. I think it was like an hour 30 maybe, but it was just sort of, for her, like, you're not expecting her to, but she always picks kind of interesting roles, and people kind of shit on her, say, oh, like, her movies always flop, but I think it's because she's doing stuff that's not necessarily like massively mainstream, and I think that's really interesting, especially for somebody
it's cool.
who's kind of like the Hollywood it girl right now, but she's not really picking the mainstream stuff. So
Yeah,
good for her.
it's like she's not playing against type, like she's not like Charlize Theron in Monster, but
Right.
she is like, she does choose like kind of like really like kind of like avant-garde roles. Reality especially, like that was kind of like she kind of like played herself down like plain.
Sun eyes creeping over.
Hi, this is AI Zander. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and please like and subscribe for more content from the Dudes. If you want the full audio, we have a podcast called Dudes on Cinema available on Spotify or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Thanks for having low standards. Shouts out.